Hello, greetings, and welcome once again to the channel. I'm talking about the three basic beliefs about God in the Christian religion. And they are that God is present, all presence, that God is present at all times and in all places. Infinite in time and space, beyond time and space. I have a video about that, and I'll link it in the description box. The second and third are that God is omniscient and omnipotent. That is, that the Almighty One has all knowledge, all intelligence, all power, all might and strength. So omniscience ends with the word science. I guess we could say all science. Everything that there is to know, God knows. An infinite amount of knowledge and understanding, ideas that never end, and then power. God is all powerful, more powerful than anything, as in fact all power is God's. And what do these two attributes do for the person of the human person? Well, they give us security, and security seems to be very important to human nature, to the egoic mind. We like to feel secure. And yet, the things of this earth, even the most, what we would consider the most secure things, we know are temporary and fleeting, and although they may seem powerful and just have an awesome amount of power, we know that in an instant they can be eliminated. Some people put their trust in military, in the armies. I'm going to call them armies. Of course, there's Navy and Air Force, but in the military of the world for their security. And yet we see nations and empires rise and fall throughout history. And then we see that some people turn to government for their security, thinking that, well, if they have a problem, the government of their country is going to take care of them. And yet we see that that isn't always the case. And some things that we might think are pretty secure, we can see that in a matter of days, there is perhaps a revolution or an uprising in a country, and the old established government is eliminated and some new group has taken over. So even those things that seem so secure to us in this world, we find that they're just temporary, and things that are temporal are illusional. The idea that there is security in military might or security in governmental access are illusions. There is only one secure power, and that is the power of the Almighty One. There's a scripture that says, don't put your trust in princes, meaning like kings, queens, those kinds of princes. It says instead to put your trust in God. So when we're looking for safety and security, they are found in knowing that the Almighty One, that the God of all, is our place of safety and security. And when we have a problem or an issue or something that we need to have ideas about, we know that our thinking is limited. Have you ever had a problem and maybe you and even some other people got together and brainstormed solutions, and then you haven't come up with one that you think works and you've kind of run out of solutions, run out of ideas? Well, that never happens when we're relying on God to supply our thoughts, our ideas. They are infinite in number, and God is more than willing to inspire humans with new ideas and new thoughts about things. Why? Because it is God's will to bless his creation. So seeking security and safety and knowledge and wisdom and presence, love in God is the way of the spiritual person, attempting to see things as God sees them, see other people as Jesus saw them, as the Divine One sees them. And there's another scripture I want to point out to you that says that we look at the outward picture. We look at people and we judge them. We judge the cover of the book. We judge the book by its cover. We judge the person by what we see outwardly. But it says that God, and by extension, Jesus, sees a person's heart. And that's true knowledge. And so our part of our work as a spiritual person is try to see our world and see others the way God does. And how are we going to do this? Well, there is no other way except tuning into what the Lord is telling us, listening for that still small voice, seeking the wisdom of God continually. And that's what a spiritual life is. It's seeking the presence and the wisdom and the power of God in our lives continually. That's the way of the devotional path. It's not intellectual. It's not learning about God. It's not learning about the, let's say, the life of Jesus 2,000 years ago, or the life of Moses and the prophets from the Old Kingdom. No, it's about a living God, a living continual communication with this God, being in God's presence, experiencing the Divine One personally. And these attributes of God, that he is always present, always all-powerful, and always filled with infinite intelligence and wisdom, give us the things that we rely on this path. I hope that gave you some information, but more than that, food for thought, and even more than that, a desire that is planted, a seed of desire in your heart to be one with this God. And many of you, if you're watching this, of course, are on a spiritual path. The desire for those on that path, walking that way, is to be fully united, to be totally one. And if that's your desire, remember, Jesus prayed for you. And I believe in my heart of hearts that any prayer that Jesus prayed gets answered. I'll see you again in the next video. Have a great week.